Ashu Shinghal, the MD at Mahanagar Gas, joining in on the show right now. Ashu, good morning. Good to have you on the show. Just going through your numbers, your overall volumes have disappointed, even as unit margins actually climb to life highs. Going forward, are you looking to take price cuts to incentivize volumes growth? And what will be the other drivers that you're going to be working in on?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for calling me on this show. Yeah, you are right. The volumes have been stagnant, but if you talk about the kg in the kg terms, the CNG volumes have been slightly higher. In SCM terms, they have been slightly lower as compared to the Q1 of the last financial year, but as compared to the last quarter of the last financial year, we are slightly better off. The main reason being that the last quarter, Q1 of last financial year, the prices were very low of CNG, and there was substantial delta of CNG being available as compared to petrol and diesel. However, this first Q1 of this current financial year, the prices have been, slightly higher side. Now we have reduced it to 79 rupees from 87.5. So we will see the traction in coming few months, and we have already started seeing the conversions started to increase up. As far as the price reduction is concerned, it is dependent. To grow the volumes, it is not only the price reduction. We will also be thinking about having some targeted segment of commercial vehicles if they can be converted into CNG. As far as price reduction is concerned, we will take a opportunity call whenever some more triggers are there, or if the margins are, higher or at a very high level.
Are you going to be sticking with that 5 to 6% volume growth over the longer term?
Absolutely. We are trying to maybe better it by maybe 6 to 7% or slightly higher than that, by either price reduction in future or having some targeted scheme for getting more conversions of CNG and giving CNG more impetus.
What is the next growth frontier for MGL? The growth frontier was that Indian households are getting gas pipe. Traditional modes of using the gas in the Indian kitchen, that was changing, and MGL was ready to give that substitute. But is that market, let's say in a city like on the metros, is that market saturating now?
It's not exactly saturating. We have volume around 0.45 million standard cubic meter per day in the domestic households, and we have around 55 to 60% penetration. Plus new households are getting added every year and year on year. So the scope is there to be, take it further. The biggest hurdle is the concrete roads and permissions and a limited walking season in Mumbai city, especially, where it is very difficult to lay the network to serve these multi-story buildings. So we are trying we are increasing our efforts and trying to solve this problem. And the scope is still there, around 0.4 SCMD growth potential do exist in our GAs to take the domestic PNG connections to a higher level.
We are just having this chat in the studio that what is the next growth frontier for MGL? One frontier you've already identified. The second one would be the CNG conversion. How large is that for you? Something which you referred to in your first answer also.
Yeah, CNG conversions is the core business and the main segment from which the earnings, both top line and bottom lines, are getting accumulated to the company. Around 70% of our business on the top and bottom line is coming through CNG. And going forward, the numbers are better in CNG and the potential of growth is much higher in CNG as compared to domestic. Let me put the things into the right perspective. There are several GAs which are already authorized by PNGRB. And the infrastructure related to CNG stations is getting better and better every year. So last year we have seen around 5,700 CNG stations are working. So we will see a lot of floating population which will be passing through our GAs in Raigad and Navi Mumbai and Thane and other places. And therefore the volumes in the highway side, which is a more substantial jump as the more commercial vehicles will get converted into CNG. The jump on the CNG side and the growth potential in CNG is much higher as compared to domestic in terms of volume.
How does your pricing mechanism move in terms of when gas prices are going higher? If I look at how crude prices, natural gas prices, heating gas prices are moving higher, they are up by 10 to 15% in last 3-6 weeks. How will your life change?
See, our pricing mechanism depends on few things. One is that what is the alternate fuel price? Second, what is the cost of gas at which we are purchasing the gas, both APM and term and the spot gas which we take from the market. And third is what is the growth numbers and the EBITDA margins we are having. So all these 3-4 parameters, we balance it out and make a comparison about, there are sometimes some triggers also, like in 7th or 8th of April this year, the prices of APM were reduced by $2 per MMBTU. Straight away on the same day, we have reduced the prices by 8 rupees per kg for CNG and 5 rupees per SCM for the domestic gas. So all these factors are considered for whenever we take a decision on reduction or increase of the CNG prices or the domestic gas prices. Also in the INC segment, that is industry and commercial, we are directly in competition with fuel oil, furnace oil, and other fuels, alternate fuels. So there we are purchasing the term LNG or spot LNG to market and price it in such a manner that we attract some more volumes as compared to some industries are very sensitive. They switch on to the alternate fuels as and when the prices are increased. So we keep an eye on that, and therefore the pricing mechanism is devised like that.
Right. Ashu, great to have you on the show today. Thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking with us.
Thank you so much.